Well, guys, after streamer after streamer after streamer saying how hard their job is compared to the 9-to-5 life, we finally have somebody who disagrees. We finally have a brand new clip about this with somebody prominent in the streaming world being honest and logical about what they do. We are going to get into that in just a second. Before we do, though, I do want to say hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with many YouTube channels. Let's watch this clip over from Drama Alert. IShowSpeed says working a 9-to-5 is harder than streaming. And you know what's crazy? Is this is breaking news. That somebody finally admits it. Oh, you guys have no idea how hard it is to sit down. You guys going a 9-to-5 job, having commute and families and too tired to do anything after work. You have no idea how hard it is to sit down for 6 hours and entertain people.
I'll say him. Yeah.
Right. Is streaming harder than having a 9-to-5?
Streaming harder than having a 9-to-5.
You know what's crazy, though? You know what's crazy is that the expected answer from a streamer is yes. And don't get me wrong, if you're a streamer watching this video, hear me out until the end, because I think that streaming is an extremely difficult job. I just don't think it's harder than a 9-to-5.
Well, you never had one, so.
I mean, well, when I was 15, okay, I did have a job, and I did.
What'd you do?
I worked, it was a caretaker home, where like you send your grandma and grandpa.
Yeah.
I worked in the kitchen in a caretaker home.
Okay.
And I was like a server, right? So, give them the food and deliver their food.
I am so sorry, guys. I had to do a quick jump cut there. My phone started ringing. I don't know if the audio ended up catching there. But so Speed knows what it's like to work. He knows what it's like to work. I just don't know if he actually just had the 9-to-5 part of it, because he said it was when he was younger he was working.
But, and let me tell you this. No. No. When I worked there, it was way harder. It's just draining, mentally.
Now, I know what you're going to say, any streamer watching this video. It's true. Streaming can be draining mentally. It can be draining. It can even, I know it sounds dumb to a lot of people, but it even can be taxing on the body in the sense that your back gets messed up from sitting in a chair all day. I know it's first world issues, and I know it's not comparable to what the rest of the world does. I'm just saying that for the people who work 9-to-5s and they make fun of streamers and how easy their job is, it is difficult about what they do as well. It's just, again, not comparable to what you probably do.
It's just, nah, I don't even get how people even say that.
Well, did you say it?
No, I didn't say that.
Because I think the thing is, but here's the thing. I think that like 9-to-5, most people are not in love with the 9-to-5. You love streaming.
Yes.
So you don't look at that as work.
Right.
Because if it was something that, man, here we go, got to you got to go on these people's job again.
Right.
You work for you, right, and you love what you do.
Now, that's an interesting topic. I never really thought about it that way. Now, the problem is it gets taxing no matter what you do, because if you're coming over this from the Clen channel, you might know that I have a past in doing this. I used to work in an emergency room, and I will sit here and I will tell you that I loved what I did. I loved that job. I loved everything that I learned. I loved helping people. I loved the flow of it. I loved the environment. I legitimately enjoyed what I did. But you still don't like getting up and going to work like, yay, get to go to the ER today. I'm just saying, I loved it in the sense of a job. And I feel like no matter what you do at work, it's just having to be on time for things, having to report for people, dealing with people, all of that is really impossible to enjoy, to be honest with you. But streaming and working for yourself, you literally have that luxury. You have it. I'm somebody who works on multiple YouTube channels, not this one, but other 2 YouTube channels I post daily. It's taxing. And I know it's going to sound egotistical, I'm sorry, but I have a very, very strong fortitude in my mind. My mental health is completely in check, and I am capable of grinding away without it becoming taxing on myself. But you do have to recognize that to constantly keep up with trends, to constantly be thinking, to constantly be editing. Editing is a very, very, very difficult thing to do. It's just important to note to not completely dismiss streamers, because what they do is also difficult. But a lot of people in the position of Speed, and it really makes me respect them a little bit more, is because they've lost touch of reality. They've lost the idea of what it's like to actually suffer through a day job every day. But let's finish up with this clip.
That's the thing that gets you out of bed every day, to get you yeah, I can't wait to stream. I mean, because is that how you feel? Man, I can't wait to stream.
Yeah. I can't wait to get some ideas in.
I don't know if I really believe that one. I'm sure that there, like, even if he really does get up and enjoy it every single day, I'm sure that there's days where it becomes taxing on them. It's very important to note, guys. It's a ridiculous war on both sides. I think it's more ridiculous for streamers to legitimately sit down and say that their job is more difficult than a 9-to-5 job, and then for those people to be like, you don't know what it's like. For those people to have the audacity to say you don't know what it's like. I think that's crazy, but I also think streaming is incredibly difficult. The amount of time, dedication, thought that you have to put into it. Very few streamers get away with just being themselves, laughing at stupid things, and, you know, not putting any effort to it. A lot of streamers put a lot of hard work and dedication into it. It's just a different version of it. And I will sit down and tell you, as a streamer, as a YouTuber, as somebody who does more work on the platform than probably a lot of people, I would do this any day in the world compared to my day job. I get to sit home, like, assuming that I did this full time, I would get to sit home. I'd like to hang out with my dog. I wouldn't have to worry about the commute. I could go eat whenever I want. My wife, my child will be around. I don't have to report to anybody. I don't have to use my body and tax it and hurt myself in my old age, you know, things like that. It's not comparable, and it's very refreshing, and it's sad to see, but it's sad that we're making a big deal out of a streamer finally admitting that their job isn't as hard as a 9-to-5, and I don't get what the big deal is about admitting it either. People are just lost at it. We're in 2025, man, almost. We're in 2025. Like I just said this in another video. We're going to have a problem one day with 5 + 5 = 10. So if you want to continue with this conversation, we also have a video with somebody having the opposite opinion. Why don't you check out this video right here where we dive more into this topic, guys? I would love to have you over there. Thank you so much for watching.